I'm gonna make this quickly because I gotta take my brother and sister to their stuff, but I just wanted to make a quick video because some people were commenting on my statuses on Facebook and stuff, and if I replied to it, it would just take me way too long to type out an entire fucking comment or, you know, address each thing one by one. So here's what I'm going to say, and it may come across really rude, and I'm sorry, but it doesn't help. I mean, I appreciate all the comments, don't get me wrong. I think it's great that you guys are trying to help, but a lot of people get it wrong when they think it's just like, I want to lose weight and it's because of the way I look. No, it's, you know, I don't have a problem with my body, really, and I don't have a problem with the number on the scale because I'm almost 400 pounds and I don't have a huge problem with that. The problem I have with is the feelings that I feel, and the feelings of shame and disgust, and literally the feelings of being sick from eating as much as I do. And I'm sick of waking up every morning and the first thing I think about is food, and the last thing I think about before bed is food, because people don't seem to understand that what I have is not just like, oh, I'm just overeating and I can cut this out and cut that out. No, that's not what it is. I have a full-blown fucking addiction. Okay? It is the equivalent to a heroin addiction, and if you don't believe me, you can check scientific studies. The addiction to sugar is the equivalent, and it reacts the same way as an addiction to drugs. That is the reality, and I am addicted to food, and there's no other way to put it. And as much as you guys say, well, just go out for a walk, just go exercise. If I hadn't had tried that already, like, I wouldn't be complaining about this. I wouldn't be looking into surgery. Okay? If I hadn't tried everything at this point, I would not be looking into surgery. And, you know, there are people saying, just cut this out, just cut meat out, I'll come up with a diet for you. I have been in therapy for 3 years now. We have come up with different diet plans that I've stuck to for maybe a month or two, but it has not helped. I see a doctor. I have tried exercising, but exercising is triggering. Another thing people might not know about me is that I am overweight now, but there was a time when I was exercising so much and I was not eating enough, and that, you know, I'd gone vegan and I was cutting out everything. I started cutting out one thing of food, so cutting out sodas, and then I cut out more and more and more and more and more until there was nothing left, and I was eating pretty much fruits and vegetables, and that's it. And the fruits and vegetables that I were eating were like fruit cocktail out of a can, and I will call that like lunch. Okay? So when you say cut things out, I have tried that, but I cannot do that, because if I cut one thing out, it'll lead to me cutting this out and this out and this out, and it'll just end up with me in the hospital again, passing out every other day and feeling like shit. And people don't believe me when I say I've had an eating disorder in the past, because I am 400 pounds now. And the fact is that I went from one extreme to the other. So I went from basically starving myself, exercising for 6-7 hours every night, taking laxatives and doing all that, to literally flipping the switch and saying, fuck it, I'll eat whatever I want, you know, I'll exercise very little, and because that's the only other way I know how to function, is if I say I don't care. And I don't know if I'm getting the point across, but to me, cutting things out is not an option. Exercising is not an option right now, because when I exercise, it triggers me and I start getting obsessive about it. And you can say, well, just try it again. Just, go to the gym maybe for 30 minutes. I've tried that. I see a therapist. We kept a log for maybe 2 or 3 months. And I would go to the gym maybe 2 to 3 times a week. And it got to the point where I was starting to get obsessive again. And we had to pull the plug and completely stop it before I went down the same road that I went down before. And it's like when I start exercising too, I can go for a while with eating whatever I want and not feeling guilty about it. But when I start exercising and then the whole like obsessive compulsiveness comes about with it, then I start to go down that road again of when I eat something and feel full, I feel disgusting and I start feeling guilty and shameful about it. And right now, my main problem is that, I'm not feeling exactly guilty or shameful after I eat. But I feel lethargic and I'm tired. I can't go to work because, I can go to work, but I can't do the best that I can at work because I'm tired. I stuff myself so full of food that I just can't function properly. So when people just say, well, just cut this out or just exercise more, it really makes me really angry. And it's kind of, it offends me because I'm like, you really don't think I haven't tried everything. Like, really, you don't think I've not tried that already? And I know you guys don't mean it to be offensive, and I know that people are trying to help, but there's nothing you can do to help me at this point. I have an addiction. I can't remember if I said this already, but it is a full-blown addiction, the equivalent to a drug addiction. And you can look up studies on it, and it'll see that our brains react the same way to sugar that it does to maybe heroin or crack or whatever. And we can develop addictions towards food. And the problem with that is that with heroin, we don't need drugs to survive, but without food, we will die. We have to eat. So, what can I do? The last option that I have for me is that I feel like I can get, like, the only thing I can do is to get surgery. Maybe that'll help. And I don't know. I don't even know if that'll help because this is an emotional thing. This is having to do with my emotions more than it is my weight. I'm tired of thinking about food and my life revolving around food. I just wish people understood that it's not all about the weight. If I got to 500 pounds, it would suck. But it would suck because I'd be tired and I couldn't work. Not because of the number. I don't know. Whatever, I don't know what else to do, so hopefully that helps you understand a little bit better. Okay, bye.